Hello everybody, we are back again for the 6th video in the home series brought to you by the UH Office of Sustainability. I was supposed to talk to you this week about the triple bottom line, which is super important, but it occurred to me I haven't even touched on one of our basic principles of sustainability, which is composting. Composting is really awesome and it's something you guys can do from home, so I decided to focus on that instead of this big concept that we can get into later. So today, we're going to be learning all about how to start up a compost from your house or apartment. To begin, what is compost exactly? Compost is what you use in a garden to organically fertilize it. Compost is made up of breaking down organic matter. So we covered last week what organic was, and this is both versions of the word organic, so long as you're putting the right stuff in your compost. As the things that you put in your compost break down, they release things called humates and other wonderful types of compounds that feed your plants, that improve your soil, feed the food webs underneath your soil that help your plants survive. So compost is integral not only to improving the health of the soil around you and your gardens, but also in reducing waste in your home. Because a lot of what goes in your trash can actually go into the compost once you know how to do it. So let's get started. The first thing you need with a compost bin, whether you are doing it from an apartment or at home or in a garden, is a container of some kind. So I have this as an example because you'll see it has all these holes through it because compost needs to be able to breathe and turn. So I even have a drainage hole on the bottom here. This is a small bin that can be used for either an apartment or a house. The main concern with open bins like that is smell, so make sure you have a good open place to keep it. Though once you get your compost well balanced, odor should not be a problem, especially if you have an outdoor area to keep it in. So go ahead and find yourself a container. Look online for whatever is best for your house or apartment. You can get some with carbon filters. And that's really square one, finding out the best container that works for you and your needs and how much waste you're producing, which you have learned while being stuck at home. After that, the stuff you put in your compost is very specific. Again, look that up or contact us at the Office of Sustainability if you want to get started. But the most important thing is you want to have a 50-50 balance of greens and browns. So greens are things that will mold if left around for too long. So for example, these coffee grounds, right? But these coffee grounds are actually a green because after a while they'll get fuzzy and moldy. While this coffee filter, because it's non-bleached paper, is actually a brown because it will be like a paper product or leaf shavings. So that mixed in with bits of lime maybe that you have cut up and used in cooking that you don't want to put in the trash, or old bits of garlic like this and the skin. The skin right here is a wonderful, wonderful brown because it's just cellulose and will help balance out your compost. So look up online details of what food you eat and if it can be composted or not. Everybody eats something a little different. Rule of thumb, no meat. Don't put any meat in your compost unless you're doing something with black soldier flies or things like that. Try to avoid anything that has major pesticides in it or things like that. Of course, they'll be washed if you're eating them anyway, but try to keep your compost as organic as possible and clean and maintain that mix of 50-50 browns and greens. Again, composting will take a long time to get right, so please reach out to our office. Composting advice is something we give on an ongoing basis. Just give us a call, send us an email, tell us what you think of the videos, and we can help you get your compost started in your dorm or at home. So remember, get a good container for where you live, research the food you eat and how it relates to the compost you're trying to grow, and once it's all ready, go ahead and spread that compost in the soil you want to improve. So that's it for composting today. A whole lot more could be said, but they're too big to upload to YouTube. So come back next week, we'll come back and visit the triple bottom line.